The film opens with a scene in Fair Lake Town, West Virginia. Halloween, when people celebrate the Mountain Man Music Festival. News reporter Declan was reporting, and people here were wearing spooky Halloween costumes. When she's jogging, she doesn't realize how she got to the forest. A saw appears in front of her. When she sees him, she laughs as everyone at the festival is dressed as another creature. However, she moves on and ignores him. At that time, she meets One-Eye, who goes a little far away. She begins teaching him Halloween costumes. Now Three Fingers come before them. Three Finger is clearly more dangerous, so he won't let her continue. If Declan points a finger at him, he cuts it off. Declan manages to escape and save his life. At the same time, a man appears in front of her and asks for her help. This man was none other than Maynard. He pretends to be a helper, but he does it himself. Here you can see that all three brothers work for him. And in the previous part, this is the two brothers met when Maynard left the nursing home. Now they serve him and live under his rule. Because he looks just like her. He's a serial killer who devours people after he completes it. They then take Declan's corpse to the cabin and begin chopping it up as usual. And Maynard gets angry and scolds them for not covering up the evidence. And all three remain under his threat. Then you will see 5 college friends. And they also move to this Mountain Man Music Festival. And Maynard happily comes in front of her car. As they are trying to save the tree, their car crashes into it. Maynard then pretends her car hit him. However, Billy was sure among his driving friends that the car hadn't hit him at all. Is attacked by. All 3 of his friends then start beating him together. And the 3 cannibal brothers see it too. Just as they are about to attack them, police officers Sheriff Angela and Deputy Biggs arrive. Angela arrests them all. And she's asking Lieutenant Biggs to stay here until the drag truck arrives. As these people leave, 3 cannibals attack and kill Lieutenant Biggs. Meanwhile, Billy clears his friend's case and blames himself for everything. After that, all my friends rent hotel rooms. Angela learns through investigation that Maynard is the perpetrator. So they made known their sovereignty. And they promise to pick him up in the morning. Her Maynard threatens her that she won't survive her morning. Everyone went to this festival, so the whole city was empty. Because this festival was held outside the city. All 3 brothers fall off the cell tower in a truck. And all human cellular connections are lost. They then go to the power plant and try to turn off the power. A guard noticed them, but they stopped him by getting stuck on a power cord. And it serves its purpose by turning off the lights. Angela tries to contact the other police officers, but they are all busy with the festival. Billy's friend Cruz wants to serve him dinner, but Three Fingers is chasing him like crazy. She tries hard to save her life, but the Three Fingers stop trying to catch her. Meanwhile, Julian wants to leave, but she doesn't see Three Fingers slashing Cruz on the way. And he moves on. Julian arrives at the police station and Billy asks him about Cruz. Julian replied that he went first. While Rita is swimming. And suddenly Satuk catches Gus. Rita hears a noise and goes outside, but is attacked by One-Eye. She narrowly escapes, saving her life. Someone knocks on the police station door. And Billy takes Cruz. Upon her check, Angela found her husband bringing her food. He goes and gives food. All 3 brothers break Gus' leg by slamming a hammer into it. They then throw him in front of the police station. He screams for help and Billy and Julian recognize him. Angela goes outside to help him. All three drive a pickup and crush him. And Angela can't do anything to her. They then set his body aside and collected it from the street. Angela appoints Billy, Julian, and another prisoner as her deputies and gives them the guns. Billy wants to search for Cruz, but Angela refuses because she says she will keep an eye on the station. She goes to a nearby store that had a radio and a generator. She bravely arrives and tries to start the generator before she calls anyone for help. She does, however. The boy she contacts thinks it's a Halloween prank and he doesn't care. Meanwhile, Rita also arrives at the police station and knocks on her door. This prisoner shoots without thinking. Angela hears gunshots and goes for an inspection. Rita is lucky not to get hurt. Billy then asks her about Cruz. But she doesn't know Cruz either. Billy then accompanies Julian to look for Cruz. As I walked further away, I saw Cruz's corpse in the middle of the road. Billy went insane when he found him dead. And Three Fingers also appeared. Both start chasing him and become trapped. You will be caught. When Billy regains his consciousness, he finds himself buried in a football field. He had only his head out. And Julian is lying on the ground next to him with his legs tied. As they both contemplate getting out of here, Three Finger approaches him with a snowplow. Billy finds out how he will die. But Three Fingers doesn't attack him first. However, he cuts off his head and brings the snowplow behind him. After killing Billy, he moves in with Julian. Julian was chained and unable to walk. Seemingly, Three Fingers also exits. When Billy and Julian don't come back after a long absence, her Angela asks the prisoners to go to the festival for help. Angel gives her her car and he drives off in hers. When you reach the main street, you can't see the barbed wire and your car gets into an accident. All three of his brothers take him to a shop near the police station. They imprisoned her in an iron barrel and set her on fire under it. Angela hears the prisoners screaming, so she goes to help him. But when she gets there, her store is blown up. Meanwhile, Maynard lures Rita in and tells her she won't finish her if she lets her out. Unfortunately, she is misled by him. And she lets him go, but Maynard pulls out her eyes in return, blinding her. She came out screaming and Angela ran towards her to find out. After her, Maynard is about to shoot her when she goes outside. Before that, Angela shoots her in the shoulder. She then takes the two of her to the police station. And she puts Maynard in jail again. And when Angela herself went outside to get help, she noticed her husband's car. As she approached her car, she noticed someone had tied up her husband in her car. But she didn't understand this trap. Her adjusted sharp knife hung over her husband's head, attached directly to her car door. She hurries to open the car door. Her knife cut her husband down. And Three Fingers drives a pickup truck to the cars coming from behind. Angela barely saved her life. However, Three Fingers soon comes out and hits her so hard that she loses consciousness. Meanwhile, Maynard threatens to torture Rita for life. Rita is scared to listen to him and leaves. When her Angela regains her consciousness, she finds herself detained at the police station. And all three of her siblings inject gasoline there. Maynard tells Angela that she has two options for dying. In the first case, she can die from her burns, but in the other case, a gun is strapped to his face and triggered. Is on her leg. Heads are blown off when heels are on the floor. He encourages her to choose her easy and painful death. He then left and set the entire police station on fire. As he sits in his truck and goes outside, he hears gunshots coming from inside. He confirmed that Angela had chosen her second death option. Rita comes across a road while walking. Then he hears a car and calls for help. But unfortunately Maynard was the owner of the truck. When exiting, Three Finger pushes Rita into a pickup. And Maynard greets them, and they all accompany them. The movie ends here. Thank you for liking and sharing.